Hi, welcome to our meet and greet for FIU's 100% online Master of Science in Engineering Management. For all of you who are beginning our program this summer or maybe in a future upcoming semester, we are thrilled you're here because we'd love to take today for an opportunity for you to really get to know who your professors are going to be in this program and learn more about what you can expect from each of the courses that you will be completing in the program. So to begin, we are going to share a brief overview, a brief introduction about our program and about our university, and then we'll go straight into what the purpose of today's event is really for you to get to know our professors, and then we'll leave another space for you towards the end for you to share any additional questions you may have at this point. My name is Carla Maria. I am part of the FIU Online team at the university, and I've been a part of FIU Online for over 10 years. And in my role, I work with persons and professionals just like yourselves, trying to figure out what's next and trying to figure out which of FIU's online programs may be a match for you based on your goals. And I have a team of people here, the team of professors and a team of support that you will be able to really hopefully build really great relationships with throughout the completion of your program. But before we begin talking about our team and allowing our professors to share more about themselves, let's talk about FIU. So FIU is Florida's public research university in South Florida. We're part of the Florida State University system, and we offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs in many different fields, of course, including engineering. And we're one of the top public universities in the country based on our enrollment class size. So we have about 50,000 students enrolled across all of our online and on-campus programs. And we've graduated over 300,000 alumni currently all around the world. And from the very beginning, since FIU opened our doors, we've always catered to students and persons juggling many different things. It's been important for us as an institution to make sure that our programs are flexible enough so that you can actually complete them, regardless of where you're located or regardless of when is the best time for you to complete your coursework, whether that's during your lunch hour or maybe sometime in the early morning. This is why we're here. And we've been offering online education to our students for over 25 years now. And today we provide our students over 120 options, which are 100% online, including, of course, our master's in engineering management. This is a 100% online program. It consists of 10 courses, of which we're going to talk about in detail in just a few moments. The entire tuition for all of those 10 courses is $25,000, and there are a limited number of scholarships and financial aid available. You have two options to complete the program. You can either go full-time and complete the program in as little as 12 months, or you can complete the program in a part-time fashion based on your responsibility and workload and complete the program in about 24 months. And the program also prepares you for a few certifications, including quality certifications and project management certifications. And we're currently still admitting students for our summer 2025 start. So the application deadline to submit your application, if you haven't done so already, is April 7th. That is just a few days away, but you're still in time. And if you wish to start in the summer, you submit your application by April 7th and begin May 12th. So all happening very quickly. But again, if I know many of you all have already been admitted, and congratulations to you. And some of you may still be having to submit your application. So again, you're still in time to do that. This is an overview of the engineering management courses. They're grouped into core courses, business courses, and engineering management courses. But let's go into each of the courses with each of the bios and introductions and comments that each of our professors have to share with you. And then you'll be able to learn exactly whom you'll be learning from and what you'll be learning in each of the courses. So let's start with our professor, Dr. Shabnam Rezapour, assistant professor. Dr. Rezapour, please welcome our future summer 2025 incoming class and beyond, and just share about yourself. Please share your background, the courses you teach. Most importantly, what is your favorite thing about each of the courses and advice that you may have to students coming into the program?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this meeting. My name is Shabnam Rezapour. I'm an assistant professor in the engineering management program. I have a PhD in business, in supply chain management, and I have another PhD in systems engineering. For this program, I usually teach two courses. The first one is industrial marketing for engineers. In this course, in the first part of the course, we usually introduce some important concepts in marketing because some of the students taking this course, they don't have any background in marketing. So in the first part of the course, we review important concepts in the marketing to make sure that before starting advanced topics, all the students in the class are going to be on the same page and they are going to be familiar with the principles of the marketing. And in the second part of the course, we customize all the principles we introduced in the first part for industrial and technological marketing. And the other course that I taught in the program is the applications of OR or optimization in manufacturing. In this course, in the first part of the course, we introduce basic concepts in optimization and in operations research. And then in the second part of the course, we focus on the applications of these concepts in different fields of the engineering management. Manufacturing is one of them. Then we also talk about the applications of optimization techniques in transportation, in managing inventory system, in project management, in managing manpower in enterprises, and the other possible applications we have for the optimization in the engineering management. And in both of these courses, they are very practical courses. And for example, in the industrial marketing course, in addition to the theory and the principles of the marketing, students will be given this chance to apply the concepts that they learn in the class for real companies that they have, for real companies having successful marketing strategy. So it's a very practical course. In addition to the concepts, students are going to give chance to search and find good applications for the concepts they learned in the class for real companies and for real businesses. And in the optimization course, as I said, the focus is more on the application. In addition to learning the principles of the optimizations and operations research, we explain the applications of these techniques in different fields that are interested for in engineering, for engineer managers. And yes, that's all.
Thank you, Dr. Rezapour. That's great. I love to hear that. That really one of the great things about these two courses is how students can then really directly apply to them apply the learnings to the organizations that they meet, that our students may be already working with. So that's very refreshing. Thank you, Dr. Rezapour. And we also have with us Dr. Oscar Science, interim director for the program and professor of practice. Dr. Science, would you also say hello to our incoming class and just share your background and share about the courses that you teach and what's your favorite thing about the courses you teach?
Sure. Glad to be here with you, sharing this few minutes. Welcome. I want to start saying that this is a very smart decision that you're making, uh, deciding to pursue your Master of Science, in this case in logistics engineering. So I'm sorry, engineering management. Then it's something that will be with you the rest of your lives, and you will see that the return on the investment is very, very high. And I work, and I can say that from experience. I got a bachelor in industrial engineering, an MBA, and a PhD in industrial and systems engineering. I've been teaching for more than 20 years. Currently, as Carla said, I'm a professor of practice here at FIU. And I've been teaching graduate courses in supply chain management, advanced production planning and control, advanced engineering project management, and total quality management. So most likely you will see me in a couple of courses in the future. So recently I've been teaching total quality management and project management in this program, so I will talk about those. An overview, for example, of engineering project management. As you may have heard, that there is a project management body of knowledge. That is the one that you need in order to get certifications in project management. The associate or the project management professional certifications. And this course will focus us on the main project management processes, the initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and controlling, and closing of projects. And of course, a variety of tools and techniques that you need in order to properly manage a project, like the critical path method or compressing project networks, the work breakdown structure, organizational breakdown structure, risk management plan, scheduling, budgeting, and so on. It's something that I love about this class. I have 14 years of experience as a project manager before coming to the academia, and it's very practical and it's a wonderful career if you decide to go into project management, especially because every project is different, so you will not get bored. Changing from project to project, changing the technical aspects of it. The project management tools remains the same. What changes is the scope of the projects. The other course that I teach here is this program is Total Quality Management. This is a very interesting course, and I like it very much because it allows me to share with the students this combination of experience for one side and theory, and how to combine both, how to link both to make something to understand meaningfully how things work in practice. So this is one of my favorite things about these two courses, that this opportunity to link theory and practice. Now, TQM deals with, as I mentioned, these managerial aspects. Let me mention a few, like policy deployment, managing service quality, supplier development, quality management systems like the ISO standards, and several quality management tools and techniques like analysis of variance and control charts for variables and control chart for attributes, and a series of statistical techniques that we will learn in this course. Well, I'm following you never stop doing homework and assignments. So Carla assigned me, gave us homework for today. So I'm following Carla's assignment here. What is my favorite, or what is the advice to new students beginning this program? I have a few. Communication is key. ask questions, especially before exams. Before, not after, not after you get a grade. Communicate frequently with your advisor. We are willing, we are happy, we are available for you to answer your questions, to guide you through your studies. Second, study something, at least a little every day, weekends included. So while you are here, you will need to keep this. This is like a marathon. It's not a sprint. Right? You need to do it every day, a little every day. Submit your assignments before deadlines. Do not wait until the last minute to submit assignments. Something may happen. So do your assignments, your homework, your projects before deadlines. And something to give you some peace of mind, we enroll you in your courses. So you just need to submit the form that you will, if you haven't already, to let us know if you are a full-time or a part-time student. Something important, and looking forward to this moment, request graduation in your last semester. Some people just forget to request for graduation, to apply for graduation. And you need to be enrolled in that last semester. And last but not least important, get your textbooks before classes begin. You might not have access to Canvas, to our learning management system, until the first day of classes. So email us, email your professor, and we will send you the syllabus. So you can get the textbooks 1 week before classes start. So you will be ready. And I think that we'll wrap it up. Yes. Did I miss something in your assignment, Carla?
No, you did not miss anything. I loved how you shared that there's always homework, and that kind of resonates with part of our mission and vision, which is really to be here for lifelong learners, because we're always constantly learning in every single one of our roles. And this is part of the reason why we're here. And I also loved how you shared, Dr. Sáenz, that communication is key. And I just want to echo that because our professors and our entire team of staff is here really to help support you. And we are only as successful as you are. And we really want to see you shine in every aspect of your experience as a student. So again, I do want to just repeat that. Communicate with us, share with us any of the challenges that you may be having as a student, because again, we want to see you succeed in your courses and as a student at our university, and more as a graduate student. So thank you, Dr. Sáenz, for sharing that. And we also have with us Dr. Qiansan Shen, Assistant Teaching Professor. Dr. Shen, please say hello to our future students, share about your backgrounds, share about the course you teach, and what's your favorite thing about the course, and some advice that you may have to students.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Qiansan Shen, Assistant Teaching Professor in ELE program. I joined the FIU 2005. I have the PhD degree in mechanical engineering for optimization, and I have the master's degree in the IE, the industrial engineering and the systems. Before I joined this FIU, I worked in the two manufacturing companies. One is called Acer Latin America. I work as the material manager responsible for the production, purchasing, warehouse management to make the computers such as desktop and laptops. So I involved the installation and configuration for ERP software, SAP. And I also work in another manufacturing company called Swiss Caps USA in the pharmaceutical manufacturing company as the logistic manager. This is my background. For this the online program, I'm teaching the enterprise engineering. So this course is approved by the SAP University Alliance for students to get the ERP certificate called the SAP Student Recognition Award. If the students pass the 3 SAP relative courses with the B or above the grades. And if students get just the certificate, will enhance their marketing position to get the job. One my student just informed me he got the offer from 2 companies. One is in the New York, the other in the Miami. And finally, he selected the offer in the Miami as what the procurement process engineer. So this is related to the course. So this course is focused to modeling for enterprise system. Students not only learn the theoretical knowledge, also get this hands-on experience for engineering management area. So students, in team will involve the project, the term project, to collect the data, modeling, analysis, design, and implement in the real the ERP technical platform. So I ask students work as the faculty doctor to not only use this book to do, also should use your brainstorm to find real solution to solve the questions. Besides this, the enterprise engineering for the program, I also teach the advanced production planning and control, logistics engineering, inventory control, and the enterprise integration. All this, the 4 courses I mentioned, is also the courses approved by the SAP University Alliance, qualified to get the SAP certificate. So regarding this, the advice to the new students, number 1, I always say, you are a graduate student, so you not only you understand, you should also ask more why I should do this, what's the reason behind this. So by this way, you get the real knowledge. Number 2 is, as I mentioned before, you is not only learn the theoretical in the program, also get the hand-on experience. Later, is that you will work like a faculty doctor to help a company solve the real problem and make your contribution to your company. So this company like this the works operator or the employee will behave like it. This is my advice. Okay, if you have any question, can ask anytime. So look forward to seeing you in the coming new semester. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shen. I loved how you shared that in your enterprise engineering course, not only will students learn the ERP system, but really, I loved how you phrased it, being able to work together as a team to come up with solutions for the problems that are presented, and that's great because we can, students can apply that directly in the real world. So thank you, Dr. Shen. That was very refreshing. Thank you. And we also have with us Dr. Hossein Tavana, research professor for the program. Dr. Tavana, please also welcome our new students. Share about your background. Share about the courses you teach, what your favorite thing about each of the courses you teach, and just general advice to new students coming into the program.
Sure. I want to welcome the future student and prospective students. I like the picture that you chose for me, Carla. I love it. So, as you might have noticed, professor like to talk. So Carla, time me out if I go over time. So a little bit about myself. My background, undergrad, master, and PhD civil engineering. My PhD was in transportation engineering, which is a part of a branch of civil engineering and operations research. After I graduated, I worked about 20 years in the industry before teaching full-time. I worked in the airline, for a cruise line here in Miami. Airline was in Houston, Texas, and several years as a consultant. I started teaching full-time in 3 years ago, 2021. Before that, I was a lecturer for a few years, working with FIU. I want to tell you experience that I was in your shoes at some point. After working for Carnival Cruise Lines, I went back to school to FIU, and I did a Master of Science in Finance. So I know how, what it takes, working, most of you, I assume, work full-time, part-time, or, coming back to school. It needs dedication. It requires dedication, and I commend you for that you are willing to do that. And it will, you will see the fruit, in a couple of years, hopefully. So courses I teach actually one more course. Let's start with the one that is not here, is the forecasting, demand forecasting, and forecasting and demand management. In that course, we start with regression analysis and time series. The second part of the course is pricing, demand management, which is what I worked for 20 years in the industry. Was working in the revenue management and pricing in the cruise line and airline industry. One thing, before I forget, while you're doing, my background was in transportation engineering. We had operations research, but I never thought that I would end up in the revenue management and pricing or the airline, because typically we go to industries that relates to roadway design or transportation planning. So something that I want to tell you a heads up, you never know where you end up. So when you're studying, there are courses that you might think, this might not relate it, but they are in a way. One of the things that we do in this program is, improve and train you on analytical skills. So let me go back to the topic. The second course is engineering data representation and modeling. That course we start, that also bring my experience from the industry. We start with SQL, which is database management system. This is more hands-on course. And the second half, we do predictive models using Alteryx. Alteryx is a software, data analytics software that it is very popular in the industry. And is a state-of-the-art. There are 2-3 companies that they have this similar software. So that also will be very good in your resume. And I'm sorry, the forecasting was there. Thank you. So the third course that I teach is financial decision making. That sometimes I teach, sometimes Dr. Lee teaches. And that's basically is corporate finance, but with some engineering twist, that how to select between different projects based on the financial aspects of each project. I mentioned what kind of favorite thing about each course is more applied. We teach theory because the engineering, as a master degree, you need to know more than a technician or analyst or undergrad, but it is theory and practice. And the other thing that we are doing in the program, make it that at least some introduction to AI, which is very hot in the industry. Whether in the forecasting, regression is part of one of the methods that is used is AI, and also how generative AI can be used for solving problems. Advice to new students. Dr. Zans had a very good few good advices. So what I would say in general is, when you come to school, back to school, I know that you get so much involved, you think after a while this is a chore. See it as something fun that you're enjoy what you're doing. And then everything becomes, easier. Like I go to the gym and class, I sweat, I, hate myself, but you have to see what's at the end. Then next week again I go because I'm gaining. And here is we are training your skills, your brain. So just enjoy what you're doing. I know at some point I was a student, so I know you might feel. But that's it, Carla.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Tavana. That is so true about enjoying the moment when you're a student. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Tavana, because you're right. The idea is to not only get stuck on the deliverables that you have as a student, to make sure that you're completing all of your course requirements, but really to enjoy your time as a student, enjoy those conversations with each of your professors, enjoy those conversations with your classmates, with your teammates. I think we've all been students. If we're here today, it's because each of us have been a student at some point in time, and we know that it goes by very quickly. So yes, that is very true. Do enjoy your time as a student, so that you get the most out of your experience and out of your master's degree. So thank you, Dr. Tavana. And lastly, we have Dr. Amber Weber, adjunct professor for the program, and also so much more, a true leader at our university. Dr. Weber, would you also say hello to our incoming students and just share about your background, your experience, the course that you teach, your favorite thing about your course, and then advice to our new students coming into the program?
Absolutely. Oh, such a tall order, but I'll try to get through it in time, knowing everybody's on their lunch break. So my name is Dr. Amber Weber. I am an adjunct professor in this program. I teach one course in the program, mostly because I am the non-traditional rogue academic joker in the deck. By day, I'm not a full-time professor. By day, I work here at FIU. I am the Senior Director of People and Programs at FIU, which is a short way of saying I oversee human resources, data analytics, and academic program management within the university. That keeps me busy by day. And then by night, I get to teach the topics online that are nearest and dearest to my heart. And this is definitely one. So by background, like I said, I'm the most non-traditional academic you'll ever meet. I actually started my career, if you told me 20 years ago I'd be a professor of anything, I would have laughed you out of the room. I started my career active duty Air Force, spent 8 years in the service, doing and learning and seeing a lot of different things and experimenting with different career fields, and spent my last 3 years of active duty on a special duty assignment teaching leadership development skills, teaching little senior airmen how to become good staff sergeants and how to take on that first supervisory role. Along the way, I completed my bachelor's degree online because I was active duty, and finished that degree in management and human resources because I really found a passion for leadership development, for leadership in practice, and for growing skills in human capacity building. So I did that. Then I left the Air Force. I spent 3 years in civilian healthcare where I did executive leadership development. I spent 8 years with federal law enforcement doing more of the same, leadership development, technical training, and a lot of different things that kind of rolled into that, a lot of government roles. You wind up with multiple hats. And along the way, the GI Bill funded my master's degree and my PhD. My PhD focused specifically on business management with an emphasis in strategy and innovation. And so that's what I bring to you in this particular course is recognition of your technical skills and the cultivation of confidence in those skills, as well as the leadership skills you'll need to advance in your career. At some point, while you may be the technical leader, you will have to find a way to get things done through people. You'll be a team lead, you'll be moved into a manager role, a director role, that kind of thing. And you'll need the skills to execute exemplary technical leadership. You'll need to be able to get things done through people cultivate technical excellence where you're not necessarily the person with your hands on the project all the time. You'll need ways to cultivate innovation on teams and to build trust on teams. And so that's what this course does, is we're going to spend a fair amount of time talking about how to connect with people, how to build trusting followers, how to create relationships with your team, across your team, and with other professionals, how to network within a group and an organization. We're going to spend time on emotional intelligence, on communication skills, and then really focus in on building the management skills that let you lead technical excellence. So we'll talk about building accountability, how to build credibility as a technical leader who happens to be in charge of people. We'll spend a fair amount of time too building what your leadership philosophy is in the discipline specific to your engineering specialty. And then we'll also wrap up the course doing some actual career planning, where you take a look at all of the skills you build across the whole degree program and the skills that you bring to the degree program, and consider how to position yourself for where it is that you want to go and what skills to build going forward. So really what we do in this course is kind of tee up the kind of skills that you need to really grow and advance your career, building on the foundation that you gain through this program. So that's what we're going to do. And my favorite part of the course is having the chance to connect. Like I said, I'm a non-traditional academic. I've done my whole, in fact, with the exception of a few doctoral residencies, I did my entire education. I have 5 academic degrees. I did them all in non-traditional online formats. So I am the world's leading advocate for great online learning experiences, because for a lot of us, if we can't do it online, we can't do it at all. So I love the chance to connect with you in this virtual space. And so the advice, as somebody who's been there and now is on the other side of the seat, I'll always say, and I'll say it 17 times, always read the syllabus at the start of every course, but then to draw forward Dr. Tavana's gym metaphor, stay engaged. Taking an online course is a lot like buying a gym membership. I'm your coach. I'm here to train, but I can't lace up your shoes for you. I can't jump on the treadmill for you. You have to jump in and do the work. And every online course is one of those situations where you get out what you put in. If you stay engaged, if you stay connected, you jump into the conversations, you jump into the discussions, you look at each assignment as a chance to dive in, practice something, learn something. You'll really get a rich experience from it. And that's what makes online learning great, and much more than kind of a transactional process where you do the homework, I grade the homework, you do the homework, I grade that. Nobody wants that. So stay engaged as much as you can and use the time to connect and build your network, because even though we're all on screens and in online virtual discussions, we still have the chance to really connect and grow our network. So reach out. I'm really excited to work with you.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. And yes, I love how in your course our students are able to really wrap up everything that they've learned in the program and really think about how they want to apply it in their career, and then be able to really learn and expand upon how to connect with others in their organization, but then wrapping that up with your advice, connecting with each other, connecting with professors, and connecting again with classmates, building that network. That's also part of the benefit of the program, for you to be able to expand your network through your professors, through the entire span of FIU's university resources, and through your classmates, who hopefully will be folks who are part of your network for years and decades to come within your career. So thank you, Dr. Weber. And I have here just the entire team of people who are available to you as a student in our online Master of Science in Engineering Management. There is an entire team, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, because really the university has many other departments and resources available to you as a student that, depending on what your needs are, we are all here for you. And let's talk about admissions and application, because many of you have already been admitted into the program. So again, congratulations to you. We're so looking forward to having you in our classes. But some of you are still thinking about whether this is the right program for you. And if you do think that this is the right program for you and you're looking to get started earlier, we are still accepting applications for our summer start, which begins in May. The deadline to submit your application is April 7th. And I have somebody very special here. We have Jasmine Sepulveda, enrollment coordinator for FIU Online, and really one of your key partners throughout your application process. Jasmine, would you say hello to our future students, and then also share an overview for those of you who still haven't submitted an application? Just share an overview of what the admissions and application requirements and process is.
Thank you all for joining us today. So there are some application documents. I always like to start off saying that they are not needed to submit the application. That is what I am here to help you with, to let you know what documents you have pending. So today or tomorrow, when you're interested in applying for this program, you don't have to worry about having to have all of those documents together. I will assist you throughout the process. So one of the main things that we do look for is that your official transcript. If you graduated from FIU, you do not have to submit that, so don't worry. There are some other additional steps if you were an international student, or if you graduated from a school that was in a country that their main language isn't English. Again, I can help you decipher that and let you know if what's needed and necessary. And you can see there are some additional documents that may be requested. Again, I would help you with that. So that would be the letters of recommendation, the resume, statement of purpose. One of the main things they'll be looking at too is that you have a bachelor's degree in STEM or business or a closely related field. Obviously, as you can see, that both technology and business is very integrated in this program. So it's always helpful for students of those backgrounds, depending on your career. Something else we'll be looking at is your upper level GPA. That's calculated from your junior and senior level courses. That's why we need those transcripts, obviously, amongst other things. And there is also an English proficiency if, again, you completed your degree in another country. But those are, again, additional things to apply. You just need to go ahead and submit, and I'll help you with everything else.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. And just to expand on that, for those of you who still have not submitted an application, and if you decide that this is the program for you, there is normally an application fee when you're submitting your FIU graduate school application, but we want to cover that fee for you. We don't want you to have to worry about that fee. And we hope that if you decide that this is a program for you and you're ready to submit your application by April 7th, we will cover that application fee for you for the online Master's in Engineering Management. But we do need you to complete the following 3 steps, which is submit your application at go.fiu.edu/apply. And that basically is it's a portal with a questionnaire that's going to ask you questions about yourself and about the former colleges and universities you attended. And towards the very end of that questionnaire, you will be asked how you wish to pay for your application fee. And what we ask is that you select the pay by check option, the check option. And then after you submit your application, you'll receive an email with your application number and your Panther ID number, which is your student number. And then we just ask that you email us at onlineprograms@fiu.edu to let us know that you submitted your application, and share with us your application number and Panther ID. And what's going to happen is that we're going to look you up on the back end, and we're going to cover that fee for you. So again, in a nutshell, the steps are to submit your application at go.fiu.edu/apply. At the end, select the check by check option, pay by check option, and then just email us at onlineprograms@fiu.edu to let us know you submitted your application. The deadline is April 7th to submit that questionnaire, to submit that graduate application at go.fiu.edu/apply. It's April 7th. As Jasmine just shared, all of the documents that are required, you can submit those after April 7th, and that is exactly what Jasmine can help you with, because we know that it may seem a little overwhelming to gather all of those documents, but Jasmine is here to coach you every step of the way. Now we want to open it up to questions, but before we open it up to questions, I just want to share, Dr. Tavana reached out to me on a direct message, and he asked me if I can share with our prospective students that one of the key features of this program is that you do have to select whether you want the full-time or the part-time option, meaning whether you want to complete in 12 months or 24 months, which is based really on what you can manage, what you can handle as a student with other things that may be going on in your life. And one of the things that Dr. Tavana asked me to share with you is that you are able to switch. Say you begin in the full-time option, but then you realize that it's too much, or that you need to, or something happens unexpectedly or expectedly, and you need to switch to the part-time option. That is also an option for you. So again, we understand that this is a transition for you, and we want to make this flexible for you so that you can actually earn that degree. Now, let's see what questions come in. Please share your questions either via the chat, or feel free to open up your camera or your microphones and share your question. This is what this time and space is for, so that we can answer your questions live. So let's see what questions come in.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm currently a PhD student in the Mechanical and Materials Engineering department. I was looking to, because I was also interested in the master's in engineering management, but I wasn't sure how to go about adding that to my program, being currently a graduate student.
That's a great question. Would anybody, Jasmine, or maybe any of our professors, would you have any insight or any advice for that for Barry?
Yes, I have one. You must be a regular student here. So we have the Masters in Engineering Management in person too. So you need to talk to your advisor, and if he allows you to take our courses, our graduate courses as electives, that you're welcome to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so do connect with your advisor. There's
I
another,
do, yeah, I do believe that you will not be allowed to take these online courses, because this is another program. The fully online program is another program different from the regular programs. So, but in the regular program, the in-person program, you may be able to join our courses.
Thank you.
Barry, I have a question for you. Did you mean take courses, or do you want to have 2 degrees?
I want to have two degrees.
So I don't know. That's different. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, talk to your advisor. You can pursue a dual degree. You need, we have 10 courses in this semester in engineering management. So as long as you comply with the requirements, you can get our degree. But talk to your advisor about that dual enrollment or dual purpose
Okay,
status. Yeah.
Thank you, Barry, for sharing that question. We have another question in the chat. It was already answered, but I'll just share it out loud for those of you who aren't following the chat, which is, when is the deadline? And the deadline to begin in May is April 7th. So again, just a few days away. That's the deadline to submit the application at go.fiu.edu/apply. And then you can submit your documents after April 7th. So again, it's April 7th, the deadline.
Hey, Prashant here. I'm the one who posted this question. So just a quick check, because the deadline is very near now. I'm here working in the US, but I'm not from US, so I may have to take the English requirement exam. Is it okay if I take the exam and submit other documents by 7th April and still continue?
Just to confirm, you said that is it okay if you take the exam first?
No, the exam after 7th April?
Yeah, after you submit, you can take it after.
I can
That's
take it, right?
considered yeah, you can submit your application And if you have to take the English proficiency, I usually send out an email with that information so you can take it after.
Okay, and is there any option of seeking for the waiver of the same as well?
Seeking a waiver for the
The
English
English?
proficiency?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware, not that we offer on our side. I'm not sure if there's anything else, but I'm not aware of a waiver for the English proficiency. Usually, like I said, it's just mostly based, it comes a decision from admissions that they request that for anyone who has completed their university in a country where English is not the main language.
Okay, no, but I think that's still a relief that I can submit it after 7th of April because that's what was bothering me primarily. Okay,
Yes,
thanks for
yes.
answering.
Okay, so yes, the application deadline, which is to submit the application, is April 7th. The document deadline is after. Something I suggest, I know with international, it can be a lot because there's a lot of documents that may be needed in the process. Something that can happen, we can work to try to get that goal in to see if you can attend for summer. If we're unable to like reach all the collect all the documents by that time, we can defer your application to the next term, which would be the fall. And that starts in August. And usually I just need your confirmation and then we can continue to work on collecting those documents. So I'll be there for you, like I said, with whatever process needs to happen, and I can assist you with those.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant. And many of our students decide to go with Duolingo because of the ease of being able to complete that English proficiency faster. So maybe that's an option for you as well.
Got you. Thanks.
Something I did want to know also for if there were any international students who might be interested in the F1 visa. This is since it's a completely online program, it does not qualify for the F1 visa. There is the in-person master's in engineering management, and that would be more the one that can provide you that. So if that is something that you're interested, then I would suggest to apply for the in-person program.
All right, let's see if there's any other additional questions that come in. Again, you can share your question either via the chat or you can open up your camera or your microphone if you wish and share your question. And you can also
sorry to bother again. Just
No,
one
not
quick
at all.
question. Does your transcript or degree or anything say that the mode of education is online, or it does not say anything?
Yeah,
That's a really great question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Carla.
Jasmine, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's a really great question. It does not show the modality. So that's just like the modality that you're taking the degree. So when you get your diploma, it'll just have your master's program. It won't show the modality.
All right, thank you.
And since we're talking about modality, I also want to share that our courses are asynchronous. That means that you're not required to log in or log on and connect at a certain day or time. This is really asynchronous. It's meant for you to complete based on whatever your schedule allows. You still have to follow a deadline as far as like when to submit or complete certain assignments by, but it's based on whenever you can do that. So it is asynchronous. There may be times when sometimes you are invited to join a synchronous session or event. However, it's not required. So again, the whole purpose of this is to make this flexible for you so that you can complete it based on, regardless of whether you're located 5 miles away from our campus or hundreds of miles away from our campus, or regardless of when's the best time for you to complete your coursework.
Hey, thanks for asking, because that's gonna be my next question. So thanks for that.
Thank you, Prashant.
So we also like to have, at least in my case, I like to have once a week some open office hours. So I set usually a Friday night or a Saturday morning, 1 hour, half an hour to have these open office hours to welcome anybody that would like to have meetings with me or in-person meetings, or answering questions, Q&A sessions. So we have those kind of things too. That for their own nature, they are synchronous, but they are voluntarily. They are open to come and go as you wish.
Yeah.
But any other interaction is usually by using Canvas, the emails, and we are always available to answer your questions asynchronously.
And there's another question in the chat. I love this question. The question is, if I decide to go part-time, how much time is expected that I need to require per week? Any guidance on that? How much for a part-time student, how many hours per week can they expect to allocate to the program?
A rule of thumb is to devote 2 hours of study, assignments, homework, projects for each hour of class. That's a rule of thumb. So if you're taking 3, let's say, per week, you're supposed to be taking around 5 hours of class, because these are like 7-8 weeks, short semester, short terms. So you get one class in 8 weeks. So let me do the math here for you. A 3 credits class means 3 hours per week. In a regular semester, that's it. So it's around 90 hours of study during the whole term. If you do that in 8 weeks, at least 10 hours per class, I would say, everything included. And I said it's an average rule of thumb. In one class, you may need to invest more time because your background. In other classes, you may need to spend less time because your background. So more or less, rule of thumb. 10 hours per week per class.
If we have time, I want to add something. As Dr. Zhang mentioned, this is, and Carla mentioned, is asynchronous. So it means that if you don't have to come to campus or be online even certain times. For example, if I have office hours too, it's not mandatory, but I've recorded myself, we recorded, so you can watch it at your, whenever you have time. However, something that, you have to, it is not, because some of my students misunderstood, it is not like going on online taking what is called, some of these online that you have only the final, and during the semester you can spend as much as you want and then just take the final. We have cadence, so we have like homework, projects due, as Carla mentioned and Jasmine mentioned. We do not say that this is an online degree, so this is different than going on. I forgot the name of those. There are a lot on Udemy or other courses. So it is a formal education, but you have the time within that week or 2 weeks whenever the homework is due, spend as time based on your schedule.
Well, thank you, everyone. I believe we answered each of your questions. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for taking the time to meet our team of professors. Our contact information is up on the screen. If you have any questions as a follow-up, we'd love to connect with you. So thank you once again, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you in our classes in a few weeks. Thank you, and be well.